Okay, so here's the car. I installed this upgrade on this board from an S2. I got the board here and the cable to an S3. I installed it, took a whole dashboard out and installed it here, but I'm having a problem when I boot. So I start the car and the screen does not come on for a while. Here's on. I have the radio button on. I can hear the sound, but nothing on the screen. Eventually it will come on, but I touch the screen, nothing happens yet. See some things here is going on. The screen here is on. As you can see, the Audi part all works, but the Android screen is like takes a long time to boot, even though it looks like it was a resolution screen, maybe one of the choices on the hardware part. But if I go into reverse, for example here, the Audi MMI should be on, and I don't see anything here. It's completely dark, even though it's on the reverse side. I'll put it the front, but no cameras, no nothing. I took back to park and I don't see anything here. Eventually the Android screen comes on. If I put on a navigation button here, which it takes to see Google Map, now it's starting to come on. The screen is almost done. See, it's coming together, and eventually it will adjust itself. You can almost see the time and everything. But if I click here, which I can't see it, but it goes back to the home screen, but it's overlaying the map, and eventually this will come into a regular screen. Looks like the map is already gone. So I'm doing all kinds of configurations here to see if I can find out what's causing that, but I think it could be the hardware settings that I have set up that's not doing it right. I have it right now to start with the Android, with the Audi interface, and maybe that could be the problem. But let's see, we are at 2 minutes and 45 seconds, and it's still, I don't have a screen to use. As you can see, I move it here, the buttons. Oh, now it's on. Now it's back. See, it's perfect. The screen is perfect. I don't know if this thing is supposed to be red or it's not configured right, but I see some tiles of red here, and this is black here, and this is red again, some lines. I don't think it's correct. But anyway, going to the settings, going to the system settings, system information, nothing to be changed there. 1314. Car model, my car is an A5 convertible, and so it's a B9, even though I tried the low resolution, but the low resolution, when it boots up, it came up with a different screen, so I left it at high resolution. This is a low car. The arm settings here, I have a Bluetooth here, have automatic. On the B9 only AVR. Go back one, hardware settings. I have here the full screen because I like a full screen, but it was before, it was on a half screen. Disable VR. I'm gonna do a change here, parking, Audi startup. Oh, see, on Audi, I'm gonna change that to Android and see if the problem continues or not. But I also have here to start, power off after immediately shuts off the ignition. Miles per hour. I am in Florida, United States. So position here, I have everything else here, disable, disable, disable. So change this to Android to start up, and let me see if that would cause the problem. Factory resetting, I didn't want to do that. So go back to thing. I'm gonna shut off the car and we're into dark, and I'm gonna start the car again. Android is down and no screen. The radio's on. Oh, I got this different screen here. RSNAV power, so this is better. I'm gonna put in reverse. Oh, the reverse now works. So the problem is, I'm gonna put back, click the menu here. It doesn't come on. Phone starting, and then went to the Android. So the glitch is when I ask to restart on the Audi MMI, unless if you have to put some kind of a combination of different settings to go to the Android, because I prefer to always go to the Android and only goes to the always go to the Audi MMI and only goes to the Android when I press the screen. That's what the manual says, and that's what I would prefer. But so we discovered that the startup has to be an Android in order to avoid problems. But anyway, I don't know if it's a combination of something here to make that to work or not. This is the problem that I'm having. Okay, thanks. I hope we can discover this. Okay, I'm going to start the car. This is an A5 Audi, and I installed the S2 to S3 motherboard upgrade on this system here. As you can see, this is a 10.25 inches, and as I turn it on the car and by pushing the button, the screen is not responding right away. It's taken a while. It does not boot, and it was working fine until when I first installed and I drove the car. And because it's on the radio mode, it's here on the radio mode, the screen tries to change a little, but you can tell something's going on. But you know, the GPS there is working. But here, as you can see, this is what's going on. And if I leave it here, it was causing yesterday when I first installed, it was causing to eventually boot it up. But if I put the car, start the car and put it on reverse, this should take over no matter what. The other S2 was that way, and even though the Android was still booting, I still get my reverse camera. I have a 360-degree view camera on this car. This is a Prestige. But anyway, right now, let's see if this is gonna boot or not. I have a feeling that the problem is on the board. This is the S2 board, the connector. There was a problem yesterday. This connector here, the cable that goes inside here, it was not going in all the way, and it was not, as soon as I touched the cable that attached to here, inside the screen here, it would come on right away. Or anyhow, I'm gonna have to disconnect this, take out all the screws, take this whole dashboard out, take out this panel, open the board, and check out the cables of the S3 board that's inside there. But this is the problem. And think about it, if I move here, I see some stuff is moving, but it's like the cable, the resolution is not right. And now yesterday would take a little while to get this come back, but it's already 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and it's still taking a lot longer than normal. Nothing happens here. Oh, see, you can tell it's responding to something that's not proper. So I'm gonna go ahead and unplug this and using my tools and try to see if I can find out the problem with this cable here. I wonder if this thing here has to come off, so the paper thin connectors will go in here, and I don't know if it does on the original board or not. Yep, 3 minutes and nothing. So there. Okay, now that I took the glove compartment, the air vents, the trim here for the air conditioning, and didn't have to go to the other side at all, took out the screen, and now the 4 screws that support the tray here where the motherboard is. See the motherboard inside? Now I have to go, this is connected here, okay? See the connectors that comes from the radio over here, the DVD radio, and the cables that's underneath. But now I have to open this box here where the motherboard is and remove those screws. So now I remove the screws, and here's the motherboard, and here's the connector that I'm having trouble. All these connectors here, and we're gonna do a test because I don't want to remove this. We're gonna connect and we're gonna see the difference. Watch this. Connected the power. Since this is all connected yet, this is nothing here. Now I'm gonna touch the screen, touch this connector here. Let's see if the power here got disconnected. I've done this twice already, opening this connector, so I know that sometimes it's just alright, so I'm gonna have to disconnect and connect it again. Oh, maybe the power is not coming here. Oops. Uh-oh. I bet the keys is not in. Okay, maybe the keys was the problem, was too far away to get power to it. Okay, now it's starting there. Now we're gonna get signal here, I hope. Yeah, the screen is turned on, this radio. The screen is back in there, and the screen is making this, but watch this. If I move this, boom, it gets better. You see, as soon as I let go, it gets this way. If I touch it here, it's perfectly fine. So it's not, that's taking a long time to boot, but it's just that this connector here is kind of a loose. So I'm gonna remove this connector and put it back again, because see, if I move it here, see the connector reaction. So that's what's going on. Alright, so I think I discovered, see the screen is bad here. If I move, touch a little here, it gets better, different, worse, whatever. But the problem is that there is a little lever here, this black part. It's very important to be down. It locks it in place. Even makes a little noise as I lock, and then the screen comes up. So it was just up, and when it's up, I guess the contacts are not contacting all the way, but no way that I would know. Anyway, after you insert this contact paper here, you have to lock it down. And now I can move the paper a little, and still the screen is there. Now let's turn off the car, open the door to completely shut down the car, and this is down, and it's still not down. Anyway, this is down, and let's see if this is, start the car. That's better. Let's go into a regular screen of the Android without me touching it. And that's rebooting. Yeah, it's much better. All right, I think now it's better. That's the normal way. Okay, now I gotta put this all together, back together. Starting by putting this, oh, gotta put the tape back on. So I'll put this tape on top, close that, put that in the tray, put the tray back in with these screws, and there is one screw way inside in there, and I have all the screws spread out here. With my toolkit, I needed to have one of those with the electrical driver, but I switched and I have this socket here to be able to put all the screws underneath and all that. And let's see if the touchscreen works. Yep, touchscreen works. Okay, found the solution. I hope this was the problem and I won't get problems anymore. So everything is working now. I got a video going. I can go back to home and I can use the touchscreen, or I can use the knob here to change, and can go into all the apps. The apps are here. I already installed YouTube, but it's not gonna go because I'm not with the car started. For the Wi-Fi, I don't have a 4G card installed to test it, but inside here I have the 2 USBs available. I had a nice 256 gigabyte of storage, and I have my SIM card that I can put it in here. So that is working. I don't have a SIM card, but the rest, it's supposed to be working. I'm gonna drive and make sure that, actually, that's the MMI here. Oh, that's the car. This nav here goes to the Google map. I wish I could somehow configure this to go to the Audi map, because that's what I use, because I have Google Earth and Google Audi here. But the TV, telephone here. Hi, Bob. And the radio from the car. I like to put full screen versus just a little screen here. And I'm gonna go around the car, test the reverse camera, and go for a drive and test out the car. And that's the A5. As you can see, and this is the old board, the S2 board that I replaced it. Put it back inside here. This is the tool that I used to remove some of the plastic pieces of the dashboard. And I don't need these glasses anymore. Going for a ride. Let's see. Car starts. And the test is to see if the reverse would work. And the surround view works right away. I'm actually gonna disconnect the car, do the test with it, like if I'm going out and going back again, to see if the Android is gonna come back the way it's supposed to. So going back on, start the car, and the test is, yep, this Android is starting normal, but if I go and press the reverse, yep, it works fine the way it's supposed to. Because even though the car may still be booting, but at least I have my cameras right away like it was before. And the Audi, if I change this to radio, it goes straight to the radio, and if I touch the screen, it goes into the Android system where I can play a video, and the sound system automatically changes to the Android versus the radio that was before. If I touch the screen, it goes full screen. So that's how it works. I'm happy. So there. Now I'm gonna go for a drive and wash the car.